Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 1990 Volvo 240. Up front is a 2.3 liter inline 4 and down below is a 5-speed manual transmission. If you'd like to read more of my thoughts, head on over to carmarshal.com/overdrive. I'll be writing a complete article about the Volvo 240. But let's get back to that 2.3 liter inline 4. Well, this is actually sort of a special car because this isn't the stock 4-cylinder. Well, it is, but it isn't. It is the stock block, it's stock internals, all of that, but actually the owner, Ethan, has added the turbo parts from a turbo 940 Volvo. So it has the turbo intake, it has obviously a turbo manifold, it has bigger injectors, it is running off of a Volvo 740 turbo ECU and puts out about 11 pounds of boost at the moment. Now the interesting thing about that is that yes, it is a stock NA block, so the compression ratio is actually higher than that found in the stock turbo model. Volvo did offer a stock from the factory turbo car, but it had a lower compression ratio. So this has higher compression with the turbo parts, and it makes a very, very fun ride. Once you actually get on it, it's not the fastest thing in the world. It's not going to blow the doors off of a Lamborghini, but it's unique and it's fun. And it kind of puts you back in your seat, not gonna lie. Ooh, a little pop. It popped a little. The turbo actually spools pretty quickly. It's spooling around 3,000 RPM. Now, like I said, paired to it is a 5-speed manual, and there's nothing really to say about the manual. It has a decently long throw, but overall, it's a pretty good shifter, and I like the old-fashioned shift knob on it. Last but not least, the 240 is rear-wheel drive. So let's talk about the interior. In front of me, I have a couple different gauges. On the left is my tachometer, in the middle is my speedometer, and on the right is my coolant and fuel. Then I have a bunch of warning lights down below. The light out light is on. It says that I have a light out, but I actually don't. That's just because the owner kind of swapped some stuff around with the lights. The lights are fully functional. The car just doesn't think so. Then to the left, I have my headlight switches, which is either 0 parking lights or on. On the door, I really only have my window switches, which look kind of interesting. They don't look like any other window switches I'm used to, but I sort of like that. To my right, I have 2 aftermarket gauges. These are not stock gauges, but one for boost and one for the air-fuel ratio. Then, of course, I have an aftermarket radio because all radios from the 90s are horrible. Then I come down to the climate controls. I do have a cigarette lighter. I have defrosters, hazards. I actually have a giant warning light for not being buckled, which is interesting. Then I have temperature, which is red or blue. I don't get any indication of how hot is hot or how cold is cold. Then I have my fan controls, recirculating, that sort of stuff. Interestingly enough, I normally don't talk about the glove box, but Ethan actually showed me something really interesting about the glove box, and that is that there are the 2 little cup holders, but then in the glove box you actually get a vanity mirror that pops up, which I find to be pretty interesting. Now the seats are very, very comfortable. I mean, you just sink right into them. They would be great on a long drive or what have you. The interesting thing about them is that these are actually heated seats. So from the factory, the 1990 Volvo 240 actually came with factory heated seats, which is super, super nice. But speaking of seats, this is a 4-door, 4-seater, so we will do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 1990 Volvo 240 with a turbo swap, and honestly, the back seats are super, super comfortable. There's plenty of leg room. Everything's very angular in this car. I don't think that's any mystery at all, but everything's very angular, and so it actually, the front seats go very vertically, 90 degrees, I guess, and so it offers a lot of leg room for the rear passengers. The seats are very bouncy. Ready? Very bouncy. I do have a little center console here. It's just one of those nice foam bricks. Good visibility back here, and the headrests you can actually see through, which is kind of neat, kind of cool. But overall, pretty cool back seat, very comfortable. I'd definitely be very comfortable riding back here for a very long time. Now, of course, we have to talk about the looks of the Volvo 240. I think this thing looks Really, really cool. When I think of a Volvo, this is exactly what I think of. This exact body style. Now, granted, the body style didn't really change much from the 80s into the 90s and a little bit of the 70s even. But I absolutely love the look. This is the quintessential Volvo look. I mean, I don't think anyone would really fight me on that. I love it. I love the color. I really do like the blue. Very nice light blue. I love the wheels. Ethan has put mesh wheels. Those are not the stock wheels, but he's put some really nice white mesh wheels on the car, and I think it really ties the car together. Now, another interesting thing, which is actually found under the hood, is that there's actually a lot of heritage with this car. Now, this was filmed in Illinois, but there is a sticker for Volvo of Dallas underneath the hood. On the front grille, you see that the car is a part of the 100,000 mile club, which this car actually has over 200,000 miles. There's a warning label that's in Swedish. There's a sticker that says made in Sweden. There's a Volvo just number. This car has history. This car is very much a global car. This wasn't just sent to America. These cars were sold all around the world. So I am not the only person to experience a car like this. But man, am I having fun doing it. This car drives really, really nice. I honestly didn't really expect it to, because it's going to be almost 30 years old. It has had a lot of aftermarket work done to it. It has 200,000 miles on the body. I really did not expect it to drive as well as it does. And this is a fun car, and this is a smooth and comfortable car. I'm really starting to fall in love with older Volvos. I really am. There's just something about the way a Volvo drives. The Swedish knew what was up. And yeah, even though I am driving this on a rainy country road, this might be some of the most fun I've had in a little while. Ethan, you did good, man. You did good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something about the 1990 Volvo 240 that has been turbo swapped. Huge thank you to Ethan for letting me drive his Volvo. This thing is just too fun, man. It is just too fun. And you really can't beat it. He's not in this car for a whole lot of money. Bang for your buck, this might be one of the best cars I've ever driven. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight.